This is homework for the students and it is not due till Tuesday. So if you have me Monday, which is tomorrow, then you have a different homework because you had to substitute. So anyway, if you had me on Friday, I assigned this homework page 88, and some of this is a review, so let's talk about it. Okay, there's three angles, 1, 2, 3, and we know from what we've learned about triangles that triangles, the angles inside add up to 180. And there's a couple examples of this, but see how the triangle that we're used to, this is what we call the equilateral triangle, 60, 60, 60. 60 times 3 is 180. And this is not a pattern that just happens. Sometimes it happens every time we have a triangle. So these three angles, 46, 71, and X, all should add up to 180. And that's called the triangle sum theorem. Meaning a triangle, and sum meaning add stuff up, and theorem just means a fancy rule in math. Okay, so I'm going to combine like terms, and I guess that'd be 7, 4, that'd be 11. And then I'm going to use subtraction property of equality. Right? And we get 63 degrees. So we can double check this answer by adding all those up. So going back over, we can say is 46 plus 71 plus 63 add up to 180? Yeah. So just double checking it on the side, 71 plus 46 plus 63 all adds up to 180. So we know we got it right. Okay. Now following the same steps, I've kind of run out of room, but I think I can kind of show my work on the side. So 76 plus 56 plus this unknown angle, all three things have to add up to 180. So I combine those terms, 130. And I think X here is 50. So let's go ahead and double check our answer. Does 76 plus 56 plus 50 all add up to the 180? Let's check. Oops. Oh, I did make a mistake. Okay, so that's a good reason to double check your answer. 76 plus 56 is 132. Okay, so that would mean this would be, if I subtract 132 on both sides, 48. Okay, so I was close, but a little bit off, so let me just fix that. Let's again double check our answer. 76 plus 56 plus 48. Yep, calculator says good job. All right, let's keep going. We see here, we have a triangle, and I think it looks harder, but if I take this one step at a time, I should cover this up and just do this triangle first. So doing this one first, it feels a lot like these last two questions. So starting out, 36 plus 46 plus X should add up to 180 because that is a triangle. So if I subtracted 82 on both sides, I get 98. Now that angle is 98. Now I'm a little worried because I did make a mistake earlier, so let me just double check it. Beautiful. So that adds up to 180. Now, I'm hoping you're noticing this idea of vertical angle. So when we see these two V's, it looks like the letter V attaching to itself. A V and an opposite letter V. We know these angles are equal. So the angle we just solved is 98. Because these are vertical, that's also 98. So now I'm hoping, if that makes sense, I can focus now on this other triangle. So focusing on this triangle now, I've got a second triangle here, and I can focus my effort on this one. If that angle is 98 and that angle is 44, we can solve for this angle over there. 98 plus the 44 plus the angle y, all has to add up to 180. And then I subtract 142 on both sides. I get 38. Okay, now let me just double check that. In the yellow triangle, I need the angle 98 plus 44 plus 38 to all add up to 180. Let me just... Yeah, 180. So I've double checked. Cool. Now let's look at this triangle. Well, I feel the same thing going on. This angle, though, I only know one angle and I don't know the other two. So that's, I think if you see any pattern on these last ones, I need to know two of the three angles. So let's focus on this angle, triangle over here. If I think about this triangle, right? So I have 39 plus 91 plus y has to equal 180, right? This blue triangle. If I combine those two terms, I can rewrite that 130 plus y plus 180, because 39 and 91 is 130. Subtract 130 on both sides, y is 50. Okay, so let me just double check that. Yeah, okay. So notice this doesn't really help me on this orange triangle. So I'm asking myself, hold on, I gotta double check my time here. Yeah, I gotta ask myself, maybe I know more than I think I do. And oftentimes it's because the picture's too small, so I'm just gonna blow it up. Remember, geometry is all about math with pictures. So if I redrew this picture and I blew it up, all right, and again, I'm blowing up this picture here. This is 91, this is 39. We now solve for that, that's 50. Fold this. Closer to picture, right? Is that making sense? And then this angle here is 71. They want me to solve for this. So hopefully you're thinking about class today and our protractor. If we pictured our protractor on here, we know that a straight line adds up to 180 and that there's two numbers there. So if we measure this angle from the right, we'll get 91. But if we measure it from the left, we should get 89. Those two angles have to add up to 180, and this is our protractor. We're imagining this straight line. So this angle we actually know, and it's kind of hard because the picture is small, but we know that's 89. And again, you might be thinking, well, where did you get the number 89? So let me show you. A straight line has to also add up to 180. Those two angles have to add to 180. So if I just kind of work backwards, 180 minus 91, I get 89. Let me just double check that. Yeah, okay. So now I know that angle is 89 and that's 71. So in an interesting way, I actually do know two of the three angles of the orange triangle. And now with that known to me, I can solve for x. So I have 71 plus 89 plus x equals 180. 160 plus x equal 180, so x has to be 20. Now let me just double check my math. Oops, fell off my page. So let me make sure you saw that. 71 plus 89 plus x, 71 plus 81 plus x, the orange triangle. These three angles have to add up to 180. And when I combine 71 and 89, I get 160, which means that this angle has to be 20. Awesome. Okay. See how we're doing in time? Pretty good. Let's do number 20. So you can think of this question as the exact same question and solve for this missing angle. I guess I'll call it y. I don't know what it is, but I can't call it x, so I can just pick another letter until I figure out what it is. So if I look at this triangle, 41 plus 98 plus y has to add up to 180. So I got 139 plus y equals 180. So y is 41. Okay. Let me double check that. 41 plus 98, yep, adds to 180. So we know that this angle is 41, but now I've got to focus on this angle right here. So once again, I have to blow it up and think about my protractor. Hopefully you're seeing why we spent so much time focusing on this protractor last class. That is a straight line. And this angle, if I measure from the right, is 41. And if I measure from the left, it's going to be a much larger number, but those two numbers have to add up to 180. So I know that angle x plus 41 has to add up to 180. So let's kind of work backwards. 139. Okay, so x has to be 139, and I can double check my answer. Yep, those add up to 180. Check out the next video for the rest of the worksheet.